Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of More Than the Sport, Inspirational TV. I am your host, Abdul Rahim Laquan or Senior, aka Arlos.
Good morning. Welcome. My name is Ashley Claudio. I'm your co-host. We're so happy to have you guys here with us today for another inspirational morning. So how was your last 2 days? How's it been going for you since we last had our show?
Well, Ashley, everything has been going good. Yesterday I had a kind of an improv of a day. I had to move some stuff, and that was just, everybody knows moving is one of the worst and one of the most stressful things you can do in life. So yesterday I had to kind of experience that, to get some things from one house and take those things and put them in storage. And then I had to take some things out of my house here that I'm currently living in, and take some stuff out of here and put it all in storage, just so all the spaces is nice and cleared out and things that need to be done could get done. And that was pretty much my last 2 days, outside of just sitting talking to you and just kind of we're building and kind of always brainstorming, trying to get the show and improve on the show, things like that. Everything has been really, really well. So I won't complain. How was your last 2 days?
My last 2 days have been pretty good, just trying to keep everything balanced. Work's picked up a little bit for me in the past couple days. So just trying to stay on top of that as best as possible. And then, making sure, since it's more work, it's, less time with my baby girl. So I got to make sure she's good and she's, happy at all times, and just balancing it out. But it's going pretty good. I mean, either way, I feel good about being able to get better every moment, throughout the day. So my last 2 days have been good. I'm, TGIF. I'm glad it's Friday.
Oh my God.
Have a nice weekend.
This makes exactly 2 weeks for Ramadan, and so I'm so excited. 2 weeks came and went like really quick. So it's been
That's good.
not been easy, but it's been definitely a growth, and I'm excited that we only have 2 weeks left, and I'm looking forward to the Eid. But other than that, like you said, TGI Friday, and today is episode 20.
Yes.
We are at 20, episode 20. And we have a wonderful show for you guys today. To start off, guys, we just want to give a shout out to More Than the Sport, and then we want to give a shout out to the biggest of the biggest partners. Ashley, help us out with that.
Yeah, so shout out to Parents Engaging Parents, my team. We've been going at it so hard and just staying on top of everything that needs to get done within our communities. So just shout out to my team. If you want to follow us, you can, or find us, to reach out to us, see what we're all about, see what we're, the work that we've been doing. You can check us out at parentsengagingparents.org, or you should definitely follow us on Facebook, Parents Engaging Parents, or you could just hit us up directly and just ask us questions, or just say hey, and we'll just take it from there. It's all about just being able to engage one another. And
yeah. And guys, you always can find us More Than the Sport at Facebook, More Than the Sport, Instagram, More Than the Sport, on Twitter, the new More Than the Sport, YouTube, we have a channel, More Than the Sport, and you can find us www.morethanthesport.com. So today we have one of our partners, Money Talks EDU. We have Crystal Evans here today. Crystal's coming in today to sit and talk to us and really share some thoughts and things about financial literacy, about some of the services that we offer, that we offer through Money Talks EDU, which is a great organization that teaches kids financial literacy. So definitely, guys, pay attention, listen up, and information will be left for you guys to contact Crystal. And if you can't get in contact with Crystal, you guys can always contact me for Money Talks EDU. So Ashley, today, like I said, today is episode 20, right? And it's a big one. So what are we going to be talking about today?
So today we're going to be talking about investing in yourself. It's very important.
Yes. Investing in yourself. So initially, right, when we talk about investing in ourselves, basically we're speaking about investing in yourself in the meaning of pretty much investing in your future. Mm-hmm. Mind, body, and soul. wholeheartedly, because if you're going to do something, and my motto is go hard or go home, right? And if you're not going to go hard at something that you're like ultimately invested in mentally, because if you're constantly thinking about something, then that's an initial investment. Because we spoke the other day on episode 19, right, about pretty much recognizing and getting that ideal, right?
Making the right decision.
Yeah, and make a good decision. So the decision that you have made, which is a good one, that you feel is a good one because you're constantly harping on it, you have to follow that decision, and you have to pretty much buy in, mind, body, and soul. And I wanted to just take a quick second because I did some research, and again, the topic is a topic that it doesn't take too much to kind of just think, or too many thoughts have to go into what it means to invest in yourself, right? But I was sitting there reading, and a lady named Maggie Rowlands, she wrote, and if you guys want to see anything or read up on this article that I'm about to share with you guys can always find it at www.quora.com/, what does it mean to invest in yourself? But Ms. Rowlands wrote, it simply means to take some action to improve yourself. There are endless ways you can do that. It could be purely physical, such as going to the gym, taking up running, or changing your diet to lose weight and get healthy. It can involve improving your mind by studying, reading deeply or on a subject, or consciously choosing to associate with more knowledgeable people. What are your thoughts on that, Ash?
I think that's definitely true. Being able to put in as much effort that you need to reach that goal, whatever situation it is, whether it be, investing in yourself, starting a business and having to, make those sacrifices and doing what's necessary, saving money, putting your time and effort into it, whether it be school with all your time having to study, whether it be, relationship, whatever it is you choose to put your time and effort in, you have to be able to do it at full speed and go hard, like go hard or go home. You got to put your all into it. What about you? What do you think about having to put your full effort into something to get it done?
I think, again, like I said, if you're going to do something, then you might as well just invest wholly into it, because a lot of things where I found myself was, there's so many things and ideals that I love, that I like, right? And I want to invest myself in all of these things. And where my issue comes in at is where I'm doing too much. Now I'm trying to invest in 4 or 5 things when the first thing I initially started to invest into, the energy and everything is still there, but I haven't completed it, and I went on to another task, and
right.
There's nothing wrong with having multiple things you like to do, but when you invest into yourself, one of the things you have to be mindful of is starting something. When you start something, to make sure you finish it. And that's one of some of my issues right there. Like, I like to invest myself more than anything, but I have a bad habit of starting things and not finishing them. So my biggest thing that I like to focus on when investing into myself is investing the mindset that when I start this task, I'm going to finish it. And that's the most important thing about me. So that's what I like to take it to when I'm definitely trying to do something like right now, when it comes to us doing our morning show, right? Wholeheartedly, you got to invest. So what people don't know is all out of work that we goes into it. We're constantly on the phone all day, 3 o'clock, and we turn around, be on 6 o'clock for our virtual cafes. They're not going to hit you up and say, Ash, you got 8, 9 o'clock. So we spend a lot of time in preparation on the show because we have to invest into it. And it may be something going on in the house that we may have to cater to, but it's like, we got to kind of figure out how to manage this time. So that
and that's like the 5 P's, right?
Yes.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I know everybody has their own way of doing it or saying it, but I know proper preparation prevents poor performance, and you have to just own who you are in each moment that you find yourself in, whatever moment that is that you find yourself in as you go down that path of investing in yourself and doing what you choose is going to make your life fulfilling, what fulfills your life, right? And with that comes growth, and with that comes, inner empowerment, being able to love yourself more, do for you, understanding that the path you're taking and the sacrifices you're making are for your higher purpose in life, whatever you're here on this earth to do, right? Whether it be help people, cure people, whatever it is your mind or, where you see fit to ending up where you belong, right? But with that comes, like I said, growth. So sometimes even with like, you know, the people that you have around you, it changes. The energies change. You elevate. And sometimes if you realize that people around you aren't going down the same path you are, elevating with you, you kind of lose friendships, relationships, you lose certain people around you, but it's always growth. And you understand that, you know, it's important for you to invest in yourself and make the right decisions, choosing the people you keep around you, the environments that you're in, to be able to succeed at investing in yourself wholeheartedly.
I have a quick question. So
Sure.
if it comes to me investing in you, right?
Right.
My energy can now outweigh, my investment in you can now outweigh the investment that you have in yourself, right?
Right. Right.
Right. And one of the things, I guess, you know, what I would like to hear from you, like, so what are some of the things that, what are some of the most important things when it comes to investing in yourself? Give us your thoughts on that, on like what's
right. So my thoughts, my opinion, based off of my own experience, right? That's the only thoughts that I could have is from lessons that I've learned in my experiences. So one thing that I really had to invest in for myself was myself, loving myself. You know, and I know it may sound cliche, like, oh, self-love, woman empowerment, but it goes both ways for men, women, children. We have to be able to just love ourselves, right? And just understanding that having that selfish way of being for yourself, what paths you want to go down, what you know is right and wrong, and having to do nothing but put myself first in any situation, and my family first, and being a mom first. So that was definitely something that I just had to take in and just embrace and really invest in, because I wouldn't be able to do everything that I do without loving me first, or doing for me first, because I couldn't give or do for anyone else unless I did that for me first.
Right. And that's
What about you?
I agree. Like, you know, I found myself putting, and this is, and I still do it. I'm not going to say, but you know, by you know, we agreed the other day, and we both said that we're selfless people because we like to put, you know, we put others in front of us. What we have to remember is that when it comes to, we have to put ourselves first at times too.
Right.
You know, and we can't forget about ourselves trying to come to the aid of others. So it's very important that we invest in ourselves, because again, no one's going to invest in you like you are. And if you're not putting all your energy and efforts and talents into what you have, then you can't expect others to do it. You know, just point blank simple. And I just think, like, I agree with you 100%. I think that, again, we have to be the biggest investors of ourselves and our goals and our dreams and aspirations, you know, before we can pretty much ask others to do it.
Right. And that's why, you know, actually I was saying to myself yesterday, you know, I know it may seem crazy, but, you know, everything that's going on in the world with COVID, it's kind of like, you know, you got to look at it the positive. Right. Everybody's at home right now thinking about now what, right? If they find themselves in a tight situation, and there's a lot of self-reflect going on, or there should be a lot of it's important for people to self-reflect right now and understand how they're going to invest in themselves, what's next for them, what decision they're making. And I think that's great. This is great that we're doing this. We're able to provide this motivational inspiration to people as they're self-reflecting, and going through this right now is important for this positive, you know, what's it called, collaborations to be happening right now.
Right.
So
right. I agree. And you know, we spoke about pretty much investing your efforts, right, into ourselves, right? What we're going to do, we're going to transition into hearing a different type of investing, which is financially investing in yourself. And we have our homegirl Crystal Evans, who is from Money Talks EDU, right? And she is going to come today, and she's going to come and talk to us, and she's going to share her thoughts on what you call. She's going to share her thoughts on financial literacy. And as you guys can see, Crystal Evans. Crystal, welcome to the show, everybody. Crystal Evans.
Welcome, Crystal. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. So my name is Crystal Evans, and I'm the founder of Money Talks EDU. from Philadelphia, and I created Money Talks after going to a White House conference in 2013 when I was able to meet President Barack Obama and ask him, what can I take back to the hood? Because we don't know how to build wealth, and we obviously don't get that education in our schools. It's not something incorporated into the curriculums, and that was back in 2013. So since 2013, I've interviewed a number of people from a number of backgrounds, from the US to the Philippines to Nigeria, and just, making friends like I've made with Raheem, and asked, if you ever received that education, and out of, dozens and dozens of adults, most people said they didn't get it. And if they were senior citizens, most likely they did get some type of financial literacy in school back in the day, but there wasn't any consistency with getting this kind of education in school. So out of all the questions that we asked over the years, we came up with Money Talks Road to Riches, which is a curriculum for teens. I would say from grade.
Chris, before you get into the curriculum, right? What was your drive? Like, what was something that drove you to invest into yourself to create Money Talks EDU?
Yes, definitely. Especially when you're giving back to you're investing in yourself to invest in our children, to teach them how to do that. That's amazing.
Thank
you.
What
inspired you to invest in yourself?
Well, I come from poverty. So, and generational poverty. So for me, I'm 37. I don't have any kids. One of the key things is most people want to be able to do, if they can, is build a foundation and some security for themselves before they start their families. Not all of us have that opportunity, but for myself, one of the things that I wanted to do was make sure that I educated myself, because it's fearful not knowing where your income's coming from. And it's, it's just as a woman, most of the time, I'm thinking as a woman, like, will I have to raise my children by myself? And, of course, I don't want to be a gold digger. So I want to educate myself, and I want to secure myself. So just in case, if I do find that perfect mate, at least I have something to bring to the table. I can properly educate my children, and I'll have the security to embed it into them, so that whatever me and the father, or whatever I may do as a single parent, will help that child not have that same fear or go through that same struggle. Right. I've seen my mother go through, her mother, and, just so on. So that's where the drive comes from. I've always been self-employed, so I love business and I love building teams. So, but the financial literacy comes from the fear of continuing in that cycle of poverty.
That was major.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Thank you as well. All right. So on your website, me and Ashley were sitting there and we were just kind of cipher through. I don't need to cipher through, because as I explained to everybody else, I am on the board of Money Talk. So I'm just glad to bring you to the platform so that everybody could see and hear about the things that I hear about, when we sit and talk on our weekly basis and stuff like that. So I just wanted you to take some time, right? Because again, Ashley was very interested in noticing. She said, wow, she does workshops. So let's hear her talk about the workshops. I said, oh yeah, she's bad when it comes to the workshops, and she knows her stuff, and she's very big on researching. So how about you share with the audience some of the services that you offer, which one in particular, the workshops, or what type of workshops, and what's the material that you use to kind of facilitate, and things like that to the audience and the people that you're trying to help develop.
Okay, so first and foremost, Money Talks mission is to make financial literacy it's a personal finance focused program for teens, and the goal is to make it affordable and accessible. I mean, a lot of times we have issues with, money and programming and trying to find the funding, but our goal is to take this curriculum, take it into the schools, get it to the teachers, get it to the educational institutions, and pretty much just go in there and just give it to the kids. So we start off with introducing them to poverty and the relationship between poverty and socioeconomics. So we see poverty every day. some of us, but even sometimes in our outings, you might see someone panhandling or asking for change or will work for food or, just once, you see those little signs. So, that's a form of poverty. Some people in other countries, or even here in the US, can't afford to pay rent. And you see that now with COVID-19, people are struggling, they file for unemployment. Some people are living from paycheck to paycheck and without a job, especially now in this time. We're seeing it. We see the scarcity in jobs and income. So we introduce the kids to poverty and social economics, and then we ask them what financial literacy is. So financial literacy, we define it for them. And then from there, we go into career development. So where socioeconomics ties into is like, okay, well, you could be in the high class, middle class, low class. And in those classes, what type of job do you plan on getting? What type of education do you need to get that job? And then what is your anticipated salary? So they could kind of like explore it now rather than, when I went to school, it was, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When you grow up. Mm-hmm.
And that's when the conversation stopped. It was like, oh, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a football player. I want to be an actor. That's where the conversation usually stops. And it's like, oh, that's cute, sweetie. And, that's nice that you think that way. We hope that you become that, but nobody really gives the child that direction right now.
Right.
Or in that, I guess, in their adolescent years. So our goal is to help the children through these lessons and strengthen their financial decision capabilities, and activities help them understand economics in today's world or in the near future. So also with the financial literacy, we'll go to savings and budgeting, interest rates, taxation, life insurance. We all, even as adults, some of us have a misconception of life insurance. So the goal is to let them know, like, you can get that policy when you're young. You can start that 401k plan with your first job and let it roll over so that they have a head start versus waiting until you're 25, 30 and you get a job. Things roll over. As soon as you get there, ask your employer, do you have a 401k plan? Take a portion of that check now, that $25 a week, put it aside versus, putting it into the bank.
Right.
So just giving them those opportunities to think now and, and have a better structure when they get to 25 and 30 years old.
Basically trying to broaden their thoughts and their horizon on how they think about finances is basically one of the things that you're trying to do, that you want the overall message to come out like, hey, listen, I want you guys, if you're going to do something, but I want to give you guys more insight on how you could do things and how you can thoroughly think through things when it comes to financial literacy and stuff like that in your future financially.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I think it's so powerful what you're doing, because it's important for us to be able to show the youth that, right? Because they're sponges. Our babies, our minds are sponges. Right. And what we instill in their minds at such a young age really helps develop who they become, right? And it strengthens their ability to think outside the box and
right.
Understand that it's more to just making a decision. You really have to set the structure and understand the every angle you have to go in to be successful, you know? So it's great that you do that. I mean, you could easily show people my age, or in their 20s or 30s, and they already have certain habits set in their mind, and it'll be a little harder, but it does not necessarily saying you shouldn't offer it to them, but it's important for our youth to get that, so they automatically going into life have that understanding that this is what it takes to be stable, on top of putting in the work, putting in the effort, and investing in yourself, mind, body, and soul, like we spoke about earlier, but also investing in yourself financially to be able to be all that you can be.
Right.
And it doesn't even take money. It's just the understanding and the know-how.
Yes.
So I'm excited because tomorrow we are working with the Centennial CDC. It's the East Parkside Community Development Corporation here in Philadelphia. And, these children, they're working off of stipends. They have an income already, and they're going to learn about payroll taxes. So like when I've had a cleaning service for over the last 10 years. Workforce development is also an avenue that I have. And I've employed over 300 people in the last 10 years. And it's been inconsistent. The turnaround was high, and a lot of my employees were low income. So I noticed, like, I was providing jobs. I had a nice income and salary coming for them. But the weekend came and they mismanaged their money, and then they were coming to me asking to borrow money, and I'm like, nah, I'm not the bank, I'm not your employer. Well, I am your employer, but I'm not the loan shark. I'm not gonna lend you money. You need to not go to the liquor store. You need to not go get those sneakers. You need to manage your money. At least go buy a trans pass and put that money aside for your trans pass so you can get to and from the work. But yeah, just those things, budgeting, just allowing the child to understand, you know, one of the workshops that we did, we gave the kids $1 million, and a couple of kids, they said they were going to do this or do this. One girl, I liked her. She said, well, I'm going to go buy some hair. And I'm, you know, hair. And you know, so we let them fantasize about what the possibilities look like, but also we bring them down to real life. So now what we're going to do is introduce you to an accountant. Look at those taxes, go to a financial advisor, pay those taxes first so you don't have issues with the IRS. And then we want you to go ahead and take a portion of that money and invest it in, you know, maybe a CD or a money market account, or, you know, talk to a stockbroker, and then budget yourself for the next 5 to 10 years. What does it look like if you buy a home and your utilities and all these things, and prepare yourself for the long haul? And then what does it look like when in 10 years when that money gains compounded interest or anything like that? So we give them different various scenarios, and then they're like, oh, I thought I could just go spend all that money.
Hey, Crystal, so we're gonna just for time purposes, we want to keep moving forward, right? So I want you before we go, right, I want you to talk about the children's book, and then also speak about the magazine. So give us a quick, you know, a minute or so about the book, and then talk to us about the magazine, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to close the show out, because we're running out of time real quick. But we want to get this stuff shown, talked about real quick.
All right, so there you go. So Money Talks EDU Road to Riches. You can find this on Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. More Than the Sport is a contributor along with a few other partners. What was your question again? I got excited.
So tell us about the book. Like, so tell us, like, what was the purpose of developing the book? Like, what does the book entails?
All right. So the book entails, again, like I said, we go to banking, basics of counting money, career goals, taxation, payroll taxes, interest rates, investing. Like I said, it could be found Road to Riches by Crystal Evans and Friends. You can go to Amazon and Barnes & Noble. If you want, you can go to our website, which is www.moneytalks.education, and you can go there. You can register your organization, your school, or your child can enroll as an individual. And then we're on Instagram at Money Talks EDU. So yeah, the book's available. It's there. You can download it if you want. I can, if you contact us via the internet or social media, I can send a free copy of it as well. So.
And what about the magazines? We have a magazine as well. So we want to speak to those who are looking for opportunity of marketing. We can market them through the magazine. So speak to them about that as well.
Yeah, so the magazine, Money Talks magazine, is really an outlet for organizations who are in the community doing good and being proactive. And it's a sponsorship opportunity, so you can purchase an ad for the minimum of like $50. And we feature business owners, we feature organizations, and we also like to discuss financial literacy and what your tips are, how, if you're successful, or if you're an entrepreneur, what advice would you give to another adult or a aspiring individual who may want to get into that career? So we use that as a way to fundraise and promote organizations, and just bring a little more a more in-depth conversation to financial literacy and issues that are going on in the communities locally.
Cool. Well, Crystal, on behalf of More Than Sports Inspirational TV Show, we would like to say thank you for having you on the show.
And thank you for everything that you do every day. I appreciate you, and I look forward to getting to know you more after this, because what you're doing is amazing, and I appreciate everything you do. So thank you.
Ashley.
Sorry.
And on the efforts to really get to know you more, to get Money Talks and things like that, we want to invite you to our virtual cafes that we have every Wednesday and every Friday at 6 p.m. on the Parent Engagement Parent Network. And again, it's just a great opportunity for you to get out there, for you to network with some other people that's involved in education. I pretty much do it now, but having you out there as another voice would be really great to get involved. And it's just a bunch of people doing the same thing that we all are doing, just trying to lift and build this beloved communities as we continue to move daily and, empower our youth, for the most part, empower the parents as well. So we would like to invite you out to that. Before we leave out, we cannot leave without giving a shout out again, More Than a Sport. We got to also shout out More Than a Sport on Facebook, Instagram. You guys can find us on YouTube on the More Than a Sport channel. You guys can also find us at www.morethansport. And finally on Twitter, the new More Than a Sport. And Ashley, take us out.
So parentsengagingparents.org, www.parentsengagingparents.org. You can follow us on Facebook, Parents Engaging Parents. You can definitely reach out to us on our beloved More Than a Sports community village, and where we will post up our community check-ins that happen every Wednesday and Friday evenings. And, just hit us up. We are open to building relationships with the communities around us, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, ma'am. And then before we leave you guys, hey, listen, guys, these are the More Than a Sport Essential Worker All-Star T-shirts, guys. Just let you know, we have them. Everything is going out into mail today. You guys will get the T-shirt. You guys will get a lovely face mask. You guys will get a water bottle so you guys can stay hydrated with the More Than a Sport logo on it. And we just want to say, if you guys want to also purchase any of these items, please reach out to myself, reach out to Ashley, and let us know what you guys need, and we'll get it out there to you. Again, guys, on behalf of More Than a Sport Inspirational TV Show, I'm your host, Arlos.
And I am your co-host, Ashley.
And we want to thank our guest, Crystal Evans, for coming on today with Money Talks EDU.
Thank you, Crystal.
And guys, stay tuned. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys Monday morning at 8 a.m. for episode 21.
21.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
We'll see you guys Monday.
Monday.
Uh-oh.